Now, they were not Muslims, but that's what they called themselves, Nation of Islam. I say they're not Muslims because in their own newspaper today, they're the same people. They say Allah came in the form of a man in 1935, a black man, and his name was Master W. Farad. So that's kufr, that's shirk. And they say that this man, Master W. Farad, who was supposed to be Allah in the person, nominated and selected Elijah Poole or Elijah Muhammad as his messenger and prophet. That's another form of kufr and another form of shirk. So kufr, kufr, shirk, shirk. So Elijah Muhammad said that there was no paradise, no hereafter. Another form of kufr, another form of shirk. He said that paradise is in this life, and hellfire is in this life, and resurrection is only in the mind. So this is kufr again. So kufr, 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 kufr now. And he said that the Quran was given to him by Allah, Master W. Farad, to be interpreted for this time only for the black man. Another form of kufr. So 5 times kufr. So they're pure kafirs. The man called Louis Farrakhan, Minister Louis Farrakhan. No doubt he is the student and the follower of Elijah Muhammad, and he has built a platform upon that same platform. And we have to give credit where credit is due. They are kafirs, pure kafirs, because they are still saying today exactly what Elijah Muhammad said in 1945. They are still saying today in their newspaper, anyone can go to www. Nation of Islam or www. The Final Call. Go to www. The Final Call or www. The Nation of Islam, and you will see that they say today exactly what Elijah Muhammad said in 1945, no difference. Even though Minister Farrakhan, as he calls himself, makes Hajj maybe every 5 years. Even though his followers, he's taking with him every year 150, 250, 350 of his followers to Hajj every year. And he's being invited to make Hajj by the people in Saudi Arabia. I don't know why. I don't know why. He's the guest of the government. And they're making Hajj every year. And every single year in Chicago, he has something called Savior's Day. In Chicago, this is their big day. This is their Eid. And every year, the Azhar University sends their representative to Savior's Day. I'm not blaming the Azhar University. I'm saying the biggest sheikh from there is there every year. One of the imams from the Haram will be there in Chicago every year. The leaders of the biggest Islamic organizations in America will be there every year.
Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, on behalf of the Muslim world, we have the Grand Sheikh of Cyprus, the Grand Sheikh Mohammed Subhi Bello, the Grand Sheikh from Egypt and the Vice President of Al-Azhar University, Sheikh Abu Al-Azaim, and the Grand Sheikh of Yemen, Sheikh Abu Ghazala, and our Sheikh from Ghana and Nigeria, Dr. Abdul Razak Tahir, who want to show their admiration, and our Sheikh Yusuf Shibli, who want to show their appreciation for the leadership of our brother, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, by recognizing him as an Imam of the Muslim world.
why those people are supporting Minister Farrakhan, why they're praying with him, why they're sitting with him, why they're giving him credence, I don't know. But Allah is the witness. You can get it on DVD. And he says clearly, if I'm wrong, why is the whole Muslim world representatives here with me today? So this is one of the reasons, na'udhu billah, that his organization continues, because it is given the support and the credence and the recognition by some of the biggest organizations, Muslim organizations in the world. Although they are pure kafirs, meaning Minister Louis Farrakhan and his group. Those who are supporting him, they are not kafirs, they are Muslims. Why they are supporting, why they're recognizing, Allahu A'lam. It's not for me to say. But I have to make the record straight. Khalid didn't say this. You can go to www, Nation of Islam, www, Final Call, and you will see that Savior's Day, put it in there, Savior's Day, Nation of Islam, and you will see all the videos, and you will see all the shuyukh from the Haram, from Jordan, Mufti from Lebanon, the Mufti from Jordan, the Mufti from so-and-so, the Mufti from this place, the Imam of the Haram, the head of ISNA, the head of ICNA, the head of all the Islamic organizations. They are there with him, shaking hands and embracing him like he is a Muslim. Walau. In spite of that, his organization, it is not growing, because one of the beautiful things about Islam is that a liar is a liar, and his lie does not grow after him. It either stays where it is or it becomes smaller and smaller. But a prophet is a prophet, and his message grows after him, greater than it was even while he was living. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has caused this nation to grow, the real Islamic nation, and he has caused the nation of the liar to be as it is. And when Farrakhan dies, that lie will become smaller and smaller until it rots away. And we ask Allah that those people who are following him with sincerity, that they will become Muslims, inshallah. We have to give credit, however, that Elijah Muhammad, although he was a liar, although he was not a prophet, although he said lies about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he was a social reformer. What is a social reformer? A social reformer is a man who helps people to come from the lowest form of social degradation until they come to a level of self-esteem. Elijah Muhammad was successful in causing men and women who were drunkards, drug addicts, prostitutes, pimps, criminals. He was able to reform them and clean them up and make them into productive people, fathers, mothers, businessmen, and distinguished people and respectful people. Men like Malcolm. Because Malcolm was not the only one like himself. This is what you need to know. There were thousands of people that was like Malcolm X, but they did not have his voice. Allah didn't give them the same gift. But their conviction, their sincerity, their social reform was just like Malcolm. Because they said Islam, because they said Quran, because they stopped drinking, because they stopped drugging. You see, when a person stops drinking and drugging and fornicating and stealing and lying and all these kinds of things, they become clear-headed, clear-hearted. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because they were making shirk, He never gave them the huda. He never gave them the huda.
there's the rumor or the theory that he met with some mishap and that some of his own followers that were discontent felt betrayed by him or wanted to take his place sacrificed him, and that he actually put himself up for a sacrifice. That's also rumored, that he made accepted to be a sacrifice, so he would die as a Christ or something. But I don't believe any of that.
You mentioned conspiracy between the black Muslims and the right wing in this country. Could you elaborate on that?
I mentioned the conspiracy between the Muslims and the right wing in this country. I know for a fact that there is a conspiracy between the Muslims and the Lincoln Rockwell Nazi and also the Ku Klux Klan. There is a conspiracy.
Describe this conspiracy.
Well, the Ku Klux Klan made a deal, or were trying to make a deal with Elijah Muhammad in 1960 in the home of Jeremiah X, the minister in Atlanta at that time, who at present is the minister in Philadelphia. They were trying to make a deal with him to make available to Elijah Muhammad a county, a size tract of land in Georgia or South Carolina, where Elijah Muhammad could then induce Negroes to migrate and make it appear that his program of a segregated state or separated state was feasible. And to what extent these negotiations finally developed, I do not know, because I was not involved in them beyond the period of December 1960. But I do know that after that, Jeremiah, who was the minister throughout the South, could roam the entire South and the Klan not bother him in any way, shape, or form, nor would they bother any of the black Muslims from then on, nor would the black Muslims bother the Klan. Elijah Muhammad knows he has done some good things and he has done some bad things. He knows that if he had wanted to, he could have united our people with the Muslim world just by teaching the right religion of Islam. He could have done so. The entire Muslim world would have accepted him. As it is now, the Muslim world has rejected him. He can never go into the Muslim world saying that he's a prophet or that Allah came over here in the flesh. They would cut his head off if he said that over there. I mean, he knows this. None of his followers can go over there without denouncing him. It's impossible for them to go to Mecca or any other place unless they ascribe to Islam as it is ascribed to over there. So he was in a position to unite us with the Muslim world, those of us who are Muslims. He was also in a position to unite us with Africa. But you cannot read anything that Elijah Muhammad has ever written that's pro-African. I defy you to find one word in his direct writing that's pro-African. You can't find it.
Like, see, the thing about these Nation of Islam cats is that I was rolling with them before I took Shahada. You know what I'm saying? I was rolling with them, some 5%ers, Nuwabian Nation, all them cats. I was rolling with them dudes, so I already know what they're going to say before they say it. They're going to be coming on the tip like, oh, you Sunnis, you worship scholars and imams and pale white Arabs who started slavery in Africa, and I already know the tip y'all going to come on. Or your favorite one, Amen. After the Salat is Amen from Egypt, which is a god, which is, you know, saying, man, come on. I was reading about this stuff in the scrolls with your man Malachi York. This is other brother, he had this book called Shattering the Myths that I read when I was 11 years old, before it became popular to even get into all this stuff, man. I was in the 6th grade. It's back in 91, 92, years ago. Man, I've been going through this, man. Even though I'm a Muslim and I'm striving to be upon the Sunnah, I still be checking out some Nation of Islam speeches and seeing what they talking about, what they on. I still listen, and I got a whole lot of information on y'all too. You know what I'm saying? The brother in these videos, he putting Farrakhan up. Farrakhan is disliked by real Nation of Islam members. The Nation of Islam believes that Fard Muhammad is Allah, astaghfirullah, and they believe that the white man is Shaitan, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, or changing it, or it's a new day. And
so-called messengers followers are the silliest that are out here representing the messenger. You do a worse job of representing the messenger than all the hypocrite organizations that represent the messenger. And who are the hypocrite organizations? Louis Farrakhan is the top and #1 of them all. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
You take Louis Farrakhan and you shove him where the sun don't shine.
That's right.
We don't accept no Farrakhan here. We don't respect no Farrakhan here. We don't represent no Farrakhan here. We represent none but the most honorable Elijah Muhammad here. So if you are 6 feet tall, 300 pounds, and nothing but muscle, and you think you want to do something to me, you better get to doing it. Talk black to me.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm not following your man. You ain't got a pistol that can make me follow your man. You ain't got a rifle that can make me follow your man. You ain't got a Louisville slugger that can make me follow your man. I'm gonna follow the man, and the man is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Elijah Muhammad is dead, so now we got a new thing we're on because, you know, times are changing. So nah, real Nation of Islam members believe that the white man is the devil and can never join the Nation of Islam, and they believe that Far Muhammad is the creator of everything around me, including me. That's what they believe. The first time I saw Louis Farrakhan, I was 13 years old. I heard the man with my own ears say that Jesus is the Son of God. I heard that with my own ears. You know what I'm saying? In person, not a video. It wasn't a tape. I was there live in person, breathing. In Aretha Franklin's father's church in Detroit, Michigan, 13 years old, I heard the man say that Jesus is the Son of God. It all comes down to what you as an individual believe, man. I don't believe that God is a man. Black, white, Chinese, or green. I don't believe that. I believe that Allah is much more than a man. I believe that Allah is much more than anything. You know what I'm saying? I believe that Allah created everything. And that's what I believe. So I don't believe that Allah is Master Far Muhammad or Jesus or any of that stuff. I believe that Allah is much more than anything that you could compare him to. He's more than that because he created it. That's what I believe. That's my personal belief as a man. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that the white man that the white man is only the devil and everybody else ain't the devil. I don't believe that. I believe that the devil is unseen and is created from fire. I believe that the devil could take the form of white men. He could take form of the that broke in my man Sharif's house the other day. You know what I'm saying? Shaitan has many forms. If you so into the hadith and so into the Quran, you would know that's what it says. Man, it's a pretty view out here, subhanAllah. Shaitan has many forms, man. So, you know, I don't believe it's specifically just this or specifically just that. We'll see, man. Some things a human being's 20/20 vision can't see, G. Like, imagine you the Nation of Islam. Imagine if you was blind. How would you know if you was talking to the white man or the black man? What if I was a white dude and you was in the Nation of Islam and I was like, the white man is the devil, and you blind as hell? I'm standing right in front of you. You can't see nothing. You Stevie Wonder blind. I'm standing right in front of you. The white man is the devil, and you can't even see me. And Allah took your sight. Allah took your vision. How would you know what was black or white? Who was black or white? You wouldn't know. So, if you was really intelligent, if you was really wise, you would stop being arrogant and reflect on these things and understand that Allah's knowledge is way beyond ours, man. Allah, the one that gave you the sight to see which one is the black man and which one is the white man, which one is darker than the other, which one is super light, which one is super dark. Who you think gave that to you? Do you think Master Farad Muhammad gave that to you? Can you prove it? No. You believe that because you read a book, and that's what you believe because you're a man, and you have the right to believe what you want. Fine, dog. That's what's up. If that's what you believe, cool. I read a book, and I believe that Allah is way much more than that. I believe that it's much deeper than a pale-skinned Arab or a black man, half Arab man, or whatever he was, coming to Detroit in the 1930s and teaching the black man that he was God. I believe it's a lot deeper than that. I believe it's not really, that doesn't even scratch the surface. You know, Allah gave you resources to read Message to the Black Man. Allah's the one that provided you with the sight and the understanding and the brain to read these books. You know what I'm saying? And we could be so arrogant sometimes and then take that as, I'm God. Because if you look at outer space, it's black. And it's black. And that's where the black man came from. So, nah, man, come on, G. It's got to be deeper than that, dog. It can't be that simple, man. Come on, dog. It's got to be deeper than that. Stop playing games, dog. That's it, dog. So you mean to tell me a nigga that came to the D is God in 1930? You mean to tell me a nigga that came to my hood in Detroit in 1930 on Wyoming? That's where Muhammad's Mosque #1 is. It's off of Wyoming. I know y'all, dog. You mean to tell me a nigga that came to Detroit in the 1930s is God? I'm supposed to believe that. I can't. I'm sorry, dog. It just, I can't. It doesn't have anything to do with it being black or white or, I just can't. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't grasp it, dude. I can't. I can't. I believe God is so much more. It's so much more realer than that, cause that's minimal, G. Hold on, man. A dude in 1930 came to Detroit, and that's God. A dude came to Detroit in 1930, and that's God. And I'm supposed to believe that that's the creator of the universe. That's the reason why I could see this tree right now. That's the reason why my mother had me. Because a came to Detroit in 1930. That's the reason why I was born from my mother. I mean, well, that's the reason my daddy, born in Detroit, a black man born in Detroit in 1935, through the grace of Allah, is the reason that I'm here. Yeah, I'll give you that, but his name ain't Farad, and my dad ain't that light. My dad's light skinned, but he don't look, he don't look like that picture. So, assalamu alaikum to all Muslims worldwide that are upon the Sunnah. Assalamu alaikum to all Muslims worldwide that are upon what Allah has revealed, if you know what I mean. Assalamu alaikum.